At a million, I keep it a trend, resilient, they energy off. My image is God reaching deep in the pot. I got features of people I lost. Yeah, R.I.P. on me, TT. The melanin on me, my cheekbone is native. The soil is my where I walk. Some even told me, my nigga, go figure my enemy, make enemy scoff. Admit it, your energy off. My frequency killer, you soft. I show people love to act like they above it, but switch when they see me, I'm lost. I tell the truth when I talk. Niggas wanna be me. I used to sleep in the car till my girl when it crashes in car. Now I got a crib down the street. Young niggas made it so far. I never lose what I'm on. For now I'm cool being me. But I need you to match what I'm on. How you wanna play games when I won? Ay, I play with cash for the fun. Women looking at me, she think I'm needing her on. I'm doing me for me, hun. I never needed no one. I never bleed around sharks. They're saying you are what you eat, but she wanted me to be lunch. God body from the turf, my hair in the breeze. Bitch, I'm Farrakhan, keep the peace. I look out for me.
Yeah, fuck about what they say, I can't hear 'em from the clouds. Hey. I don't talk too much, but these diamonds talking loud. Hey. And I'm turning heads, got these bitches going out. Hey. Fuck about what they say, what they say, what they say. Yeah, I can't hear 'em from the clouds. Hey.
Diamond so vibe, always down to slide. I've been real from the jump start. It's just part of my design. I've been self-made, you know the bills paid. I finished spark to subscribe. You want a real one? Well, I'm the real thing. I run a rampant through a mind. Ay, yeah. I never lose what I'm on. I'm always cool with being me. They never match what I'm on. I play with cash for the fun. God body from the turf, my hair in the breeze. I'm Farrakhan, keep the peace. I look out for me.
Yeah, fuck about what they say, I can't hear 'em from the clouds. Hey. I don't talk too much, but these diamonds talking loud. Hey. And I'm turning heads, got these bitches going out. Hey. Fuck about what they say, what they say, what they. Fuck about what they say, I can't hear 'em from the clouds. Hey.
I'm way up, nothing less than. And I'ma stay up.
Can't hear 'em from the clouds. Hey.
God, please save him for me. Protect his peace, no matter what he's enduring.
Yeah. I fuck about a million, I keep it a trend, resilient, they energy off. My image is God reaching deep in the pot. I got features of people I lost. Yeah, R.I.P. on me, TT. The melanin on me, my cheekbone is native. The soil is my where I walk. Some even told me, my nigga, go figure my enemy, make enemy scoff. Admit it, your energy off. My frequency killer, you soft. I show people love to act like they above it, but switch when they see me, I'm lost. I tell the truth when I talk. Niggas wanna be me. I used to sleep in the car till my girl when it crashes in car. Now I got a crib down the street. Young niggas made it so far. I never lose what I'm on. For now I'm cool being me. But I need you to match what I'm on. How you wanna play games when I won? Ay, I play with cash for the fun. Women looking at me, she think I'm.
Mic check, mic check.
Guess I gotta hit him with an update. I've been getting to it when I'm up late. Hit a nigga when you at the front gate. Act like that, hold up. Guess I gotta hit him with the update. Really with it, I ain't got a pump fake. Killer flow and hit him with the one take. Act like
Mic check.
Guess I gotta hit him with the update.
We in there, bitch.
I've been getting to it when I'm up late. Hit a nigga when you at the front gate. Act like that, guess I gotta hit him with
We
the
back.
update. Really with it, I ain't got a
Hope
pump
y'all can
fake.
hear me.
Killer flow and hit him with the one take. Please tell me what's to them boys. I know they ain't talking about me. All up in a nigga DMs for the feature. I
Hold
know
up,
they
let me
ain't
check
talking
the
about free. Shorty no lie, no leap.
let me check
I
the
ain't gonna
sound.
lose no sleep. You don't have in this Jeep. What you gonna sow, you gonna reap. Bet I'm gonna kill what I eat by the end of this beat. Put a little honey in my tea. Put a little pep in your step. I bet on my soul we feast. Bet you don't go. I bet you don't know.
Turn the
these
mic
freaks
up a little
gotta
bit.
keep
Hold
that
up.
load on key. Put it on baby, on mammy, on God, on me. Fuck nigga,
Turn
you
the
not
mic
no
up a
G.
little bit.
I be in the spot low key. I've been at the crib, probably wonder how I got your key. They act like they ain't know it. Guess I gotta hit 'em with an update. I've been getting to it when
Mic
I'm
check,
up late.
mic check,
Hit a nigga when you at the
mic
front
check.
gate. They act like they ain't know it. Guess I gotta hit 'em with the update. Really with it, I ain't got a pump fake. Killer flow and hit 'em with the one take. Act like they ain't know
All right, man. Hope y'all can hear me. But anyway, man, we back again, man. I am your host, Kituko X Kihende. And this is Exodus Podcast on Exodus Gabon YouTube channel. What's happening? Shout out to King Shuja. And if you new to this channel, I'm one of the ones YouTube be trying to silence. So let me tell you something. I'm one of them ones you need to subscribe to. Yeah, we on the road to 2,000. You know what I'm saying? 2,000. Let go. They trying to silence me, man. You can't don't let them do that shit to your boy. Y'all know how I get down. But check this out though, man. If you're new here, man, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man, and like the video. I can't stress it enough. Like the video. Like the video, man. And we finna talk about some shit, man. Make sure y'all comment too. Let me know what y'all think about this video, man. And share this video so people can understand that. Some shit. But hold up, I got a question though. We finna talk about the brain, man, cause I got a question though. Who is really in control? Who is really in control? Do y'all know? Cause I'm gonna tell y'all something. It definitely ain't you. If you think you in control, man, watch this video, man. You can be fooled, man. I'm talking about. They say you goddamn don't believe what you hear, believe what you see, and all that type of shit, and some shit like that. There, but you can't even tell you. Damn, what happened? This shit just skipped. Mic check. All right, we might just start skipping, but I got the video. I got some shit ready. I'm finna show y'all this attention span video. We finna take a blast through the brain, man. Blast through the brain. And I'm gonna show y'all that y'all ain't in control, but I'm finna go show y'all some experiments and shit they did on the brain, man. Y'all really need to see this shit, cause it's crazy. I'm gonna show y'all ain't in control, man. I'm gonna get into this. They're going to get into this thing right quick, man. Let's get it, man. There you go. All right, man. This attention span video, man, I put together, man. Teach y'all about the brain, man. Teach y'all something right quick. But I just want to show y'all this right quick. Check it out.
Welcome, brain enthusiast. I'm A1.
And I'm E1. Before we start, support our passion for keeping you informed by liking this video and subscribing if you're new to this channel. It also helps with this algorithm thing. Do that now, please.
Thanks. And thank you to Kituko for another great topic.
You
Today's attention span video is all about demystifying the incredible world inside your head. Buckle up for a speedy tour of your brain's key players.
First stop, the cerebral cortex, the brain's outer layer. It's like the CEO of your consciousness, handling everything from decision-making to sensory processing.
Meet the frontal lobe, your brain's decision maker. It plans, it strategizes, and it's the reason you're watching this video. It's also the boss behind voluntary movement. Maybe this is what some of you missing.
Don't do them A1, but continuing. Next, the parietal lobe. Think of it as your brain's sensory control center. Touch, spatial awareness, and navigation, this lobe manages it all.
Now, onto the temporal lobe, your memory maestro. It helps you reminisce and process the sounds. Oh, and it plays a vital role in understanding language.
Eyes up. The occipital lobe processes visual information, from breathtaking landscapes to cat videos. This lobe makes it all happen.
Let's talk emotions. The limbic system is your mood manager. It handles feelings, motivations, and stores precious memories.
Check it out.
Meet the brainstem, your body's control tower. breathing, heartbeat, and sleep all orchestrated by this unsung hero.
Lastly, the cerebellum. Small but mighty, it's the brain's choreographer, ensuring smooth movements and impeccable coordination.
And there you have it, a rapid-fire tour of your brain's VIPs. If you found this journey fascinating, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more whirlwind tours of incredible topics. Until next time, keep those neurons firing. Thanks for watching.
Let's imagine for a few moments what our life would be like if we could access, let's say, 20% of our brain's capacity.
Okay. Now, what y'all think about that video, man? Every part of the brain, man, I'm telling y'all, is doing its own thing. They got some kind of way the brain make you think that you in control and you is not in control. Trust me. If I'm saying this shit, trust me, I'm telling you. I was just playing in my dream last night, going in and out of spiritual realm, man, playing with that shit. I had something on my bed was floating. The shit went to floating up. That's when I knew I was in it. That's when I knew I was in it. But last night I really didn't feel right though. I was dozing off. That's the best time to practice a lucid dreaming, when you dozing off. But anyway, I ain't feel right though, man. So I made sure I don't sleep where I can't kick myself out the dream though. But I ain't feel right though, cause when it was floating, as soon as I realized I was there, I just got on up out of there and shit. Cause I started watching TV, but I kicked myself out of it. But anyway, we ain't gonna go there, man. I'm the master of lucid dreams though, so check out my other video on the channel. But I'm finna show y'all. We finna get into these experiments and shit right quick. Y'all got to pay attention to this video here now. Pay attention. I need y'all to pay attention to this one. Wait a second. Let me get it together. 1 second. I'm gonna need y'all to pay attention. I'm gonna need y'all to pay attention to this one. Hold up. We finna get it. This finna be this is a video finna show y'all exactly what's going on with the brain. They did some experiment, man. They cut the connection, man. The connection from your right hemisphere to your left hemisphere. Your left is control of visual. I think the right is controlling movement. And we just like the connection in between. That's us. I'm gonna let y'all know, man, it's really two entities inside of everybody. Everybody. What y'all think about that shit? It's two entities. So that means everybody walking around here with three entities. That means you and goddamn two more entities. Your right and your left brain hemisphere. They do their own thing, man. I'm telling y'all. They do their own shit. Y'all ain't they do their shit without you. They make you think that you making the choices though. That's how smooth it is. I don't know whoever designed this shit. Man, shit crazy. But I'm telling you, you ain't in control. It ain't us. We ain't in control. We powerful beings though. We some powerful beings. I'm telling y'all, man. If y'all just only knew, man, you got to practice this shit, man. You got to practice. This shit ain't gonna happen overnight, man. Cause it level to this shit. Cause once you pass a certain level, they let you pass another level. They'll let you get past another level. Once they know you done beat that level, they'll let you get past that shit. Now the goddamn video won't open up. You cannot get this video pull up, man. But I'm telling y'all, we ain't in control. Our brain be doing everything for us, really. They finished do an experiment on. I think I got the video in here, a piece of when they was sleepwalking. When somebody sleepwalking, parts of their brain ain't even functioning, they ain't even woke up yet. And the other part that woke up, part of it was movement and shit. That's why they can get up and walk and shit. And people I know they be getting junkies off the street. They be doing experiments and shit. They cut the brain, the connection in the brain and shit. And I know, goddamn, I don't know how much they paying these people though. I ain't looked that up. Damn, I can't goddamn talk. I ain't looked that up yet. But I know they be getting fiends and all kind of people just to do these experiments, man. But y'all gonna see, man. This dude, come on, they're getting the video. Come on, yeah. Everything was going good. I had it up first. It was up first, but then I put that attention span video up. They don't want to trip. Let's see, can I get this thing started? Hold on. Let's see. Let's take a little break right quick. See, can we get this thing here, man? Hold on. We're gonna take a little break right quick.
Guess I gotta hit him with an update. I've been getting to it when I'm up late. Hit a nigga when you went the front gate. They act like they ain't know. Hold up. Guess I gotta hit him with the update. Really with it, I ain't got a pump fake. Killer flow and hit him with the one take. Act like they ain't know. Guess I gotta hit him with the update. Okay. I've been getting to it when I'm up late. Yes, sir. Hit a nigga when you went the front gate. Act like they ain't know. Guess I gotta hit him with the update. Really with it, I ain't got a pump fake. Killer flow and hit him with the one take. Please tell me what's to them boys. I know they ain't talking about me. Hold up. All up in the nigga DMs for the feature. I know they ain't talking about free. Shorty, no lie, no leap. I ain't gonna lose no sleep. You don't have in this Jeep. What you gonna sow, you gonna reap. Bet I'm gonna kill what I eat by the end of this beat. Put a little honey in my tea. Put a little pep in your step. I bet on my soul we feast. Bet you don't go. I bet you don't know these freaks. Got to hit that note on key. Put it on baby, on mammy, on God, on me. Fuck nigga, you not no G. I be in the spot low key. I been at the crib, probably wonder how I got your key. They act like they ain't know it. Guess I gotta hit him with an update. I've been getting to it when I'm up late. Hit a nigga when you went the front gate. They act like they ain't know. Guess I gotta hit him with the update. Really with it, I ain't got a pump fake. Killer flow and hit him with the one take. Act like they ain't know. Guess I gotta hit him with the update. I've been getting to it.
Let's get back in this time. Right, check. What I did was just pull up the video file. But I don't know, sometimes it don't act right on the here though, but we can try it anyway. Let's try this thing, man.
Guess I gotta hit him with an update. I've been getting to it when I'm up late.
Check it out.
There's one thing we do every day with little to no conscious control. It's something you might spend a whole third of your life doing. Sleeping. When we sleep, we're supposed to be unconscious and at rest. But for some people, that's not always the case.
I'm gonna need y'all to pay close attention to this, man. Don't be stupid. Pay attention. I'm gonna show you ain't in control now. Pay attention.
These are people who sleepwalk.
Sleepwalking is a glitch in the system.
Straight glitch.
Because our identity is not in control. And that's what a lot of my patients tell me, like, I didn't do that. That's not possible.
I'm gonna tell y'all straight up, I did not know that man said that shit. This is what I'm saying. I'm saying this shit. I ain't even know he said that though, man.
This is not me. So sleepwalking, very common condition or phenomenon. Simply said is what the word is. You sleep, but during your sleep, you will walk. We take it for granted, right? But the walking is extremely complex. Just teaching a robot all the inputs and outputs for a body to move forward on two legs without falling.
That ain't easy for you to walk, man. That means your equilibrium and everything working while you sleep, when you sleepwalk. You ain't falling over, you walking, man. And your brain ain't even woke yet. You ain't woke yet. Your body already woke. Your body moving. Your body going to the refrigerator, probably drinking waves and shit. But you ain't woke yet. Your body already woke. Half of your piece of your brain, parts of your brain is woke. Part of a movement on the right side. Check it out.
All of this, you don't even think about it. It works independently.
How is it possible to do complex behaviors like walking, eating, and sometimes even driving while sleeping? Emmanuel During studies what's going on in the brain when someone sleepwalks. In the center, sleep patients are wired up with sensors that pick up eye and body movements as well.
Pay attention, pay attention. I ain't trying to get no strike. I really need to pause these videos every now and then a little bit. Let go.
Well as their brain waves while they sleep.
So what are we looking at here? These blue lines?
These are the eye movements.
Okay, and then the black lines
These
here?
are the brain waves. So this patient obviously is lying in bed. And dozes off slowly, feels sleepy, and as we move on, he dives into deep, slow-wave sleep.
During sleep, your brain cycles through phases of high and low activity.
Oh, look, I hate to pause this video, man. I got comment. I didn't even see what's up. Let's see. What's happening? What's happening, man? Dart lurker. What going on? What's happening, Dart lurker? Who is that?
When the brain waves slow down, scientists call this deep sleep.
Never sleep, man. You're right.
But when someone sleepwalks,
First of all, everything looks good. You see the brain waves.
We need control.
Everything is very, very monotonous, sort of slow waves. And then it's interesting to see there's a buildup of slow waves that the amplitude goes up, and then suddenly, so he's seemingly awake, sudden.
Yeah.
Looks like a sudden arousal.
Looks sort of scared.
Very brisk, very fast, eyes open.
Didn't
There's a sort of a split then.
the patient looks like they're awake. But a couple of key brain regions seem to stay asleep.
There's part of the brain stays in slow wave sleep. It's such a deep stage of sleep. It's hard to wake up, and the other part of the brain is already awake.
I know. Let me know in the comments, have y'all experienced that before, man? Because I know everybody have, man. Just imagine if you can control that shit like I do. But leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about that shit.
One part of the brain that doesn't wake up during sleepwalking is called the prefrontal cortex. It's the region of the brain responsible for deliberate choices and self-awareness.
This prefrontal cortex is the decision maker. The other areas of the brain can move
independently.
So essentially, so many parts of the brain can be engaged without conscious awareness of it.
During sleepwalking, the motor cortex, which controls movement, the visual cortex, which processes visual information, and the parts of the brain that coordinate behaviors like balance and speech can all become active without engaging the prefrontal cortex.
They working alone.
What exactly are you doing, ma'am?
It's a special code.
Look at that light.
Experiences of sleepwalking reveal that being conscious is not an all or none situation. Our unconscious makes a lot of everyday decisions for us.
Exactly.
For starters, boring stuff like regulating your heart rate and your temperature, deciding when to take the food in your stomach and move it down into your gut.
Just imagine all the shit what our body do that we take for granted, though. It doing all this shit for us, and we take it for granted. Just imagine we really had to do it ourselves, like, you know. That crazy, man. Y'all need to pay attention, man. Be powerful.
Thank God we don't have to be aware of all that stuff. Motor function, sensory function, motor sensory integration, memory representation. All of this is happening below the surface, like the inside of clockwork.
When you sleepwalk, the brain regions that control your movement, vision, and breathing can get up to all kinds of mischief without you even knowing it.
Oh, it is.
We know that there are drugs that I can give you, anesthetics, that would remove your conscious experience.
And they finna talk about anesthesia and shit, what go on when they put you to sleep. Check it out. I mean, they can make it where you won't feel no pain. You know how them people that be hypnotizing people and shit and be doing the little, you know, that shit, I believe that shit. I believe it, because that shit true. Because you really can be hypnotized and tricked.
And we all know that consciousness comes in degrees. We can lose consciousness in sleep, but then we lose it in a more profound way when we are under general anesthesia.
When I was a young researcher working in anesthesiology, I saw this firsthand. So what happens to your brain activity when you go under? Neuroscientist Emery Brown is measuring the line that separates being conscious from being unconscious.
And see, that's the line I be playing with right there, man. I ain't even know they said that. I'm telling y'all, man. Y'all think I'm bullshit. I ain't even know they said that shit. I be skimming through this shit right quick. I think it's some shit I need to show y'all. I'm gonna show it to y'all. But that's the line, that thin line I be playing with. The best way to play with that line when you dozing off, when you sleeping, man. I'm telling you, you can ease on in that bit conscious. You can be in the spiritual realm conscious, though. I'm telling you, as soon as you see some crazy shit, just think that you're dreaming. You'll be able to do anything you want to do.
I want to guarantee my patients that when I say you're unconscious, you're not going to perceive pain. You won't be moving around. You won't remember anything that's occurring. Your heart rate and blood pressure and other physiological systems will be well controlled.
The patient is undergoing surgery. But before the surgeons can operate, the anesthesiologists have to put her under, render her unconscious with special drugs.
I'm starting to give you medicines that might make you feel kind of drowsy.
Look straight ahead. Look straight ahead. So her eyes move.
That shit just stop your brain from functioning. Put you to sleep.
As we'd expect them to do.
So you're moving her head, but her eyes stay straight.
All right, honey, we're going to have you breathe.
Breathe some oxygen for a minute.
Every time.
Can you see my finger here? Follow with your eyes. And if you can't follow it anymore, tell me, all right? Can you hear me? See, her eyes are fixed now.
Yeah.
You see the EEG has a large, slow oscillation. See that?
Yeah.
Her brainstem is out.
That's out? That's it.
Mm-hmm.
When you go under, it can feel like 1 second you're here and the next you're out. What's going on in the brain when this happens?
Check it out.
Emery uses a device called an EEG, a set of electrodes that rests on the scalp and detects electrical activity in the brain. That activity comes in the form of waves.
The brain generates brain waves, or oscillations, and they're oscillations that we.
The brain is like a goddamn power. It's like a goddamn a conscious power plant. Like a big ass, like ain't big, but it's like a power plant in your brain. But it's like two people controlling it, two conscious entities controlling it, and you just the third. You just like the middleman. That's what's going on. Everything about frequency, man. Everything about frequency. Y'all check out Terrence Howard. Let me throw that in there too. Y'all check him out. That's the smart man. He'll actor, but he don't even want to act no more. Really, he been stopped. But yeah, y'all check that out because he talking about frequency. You can learn something on that. Hang on. Let's go.
You typically see when someone's conscious.
These brain waves are measured by their frequency, how fast the waves come and go, and by their amplitude, how small or big the waves are.
I look at your EEG. When you're awake, you're going to have a very rich response. When I anesthetize you, it goes away. And so the difference between those two states represents the transition from being conscious to the unconscious. See the oscillations, see how they're really big now.
When you went unconscious, it flowed up.
When you're awake and fully aware, your brainwave activity is diverse and dynamic. It looks kind of like an exciting conversation. But when anesthesia drugs hit the brain, the activity is dramatically reduced to dull, slow rolling brainwaves. The once dynamic conversation becomes an unintelligible hum. There's one region of the brain in particular that acts as a communication hub, the thalamus. It's made up of 2 parts, each about the size of a walnut, and sits deep inside your brain.
Thalamus is a central way station for all sorts of information processing. Auditory information goes through there, visual information goes through there, pain information goes through there. If I could take out just one brain center to make you unconscious, it would probably be the thalamus, because it's such a central actor in processing all types of information.
And see that the thalamus, whatever they call it, that might be what we is. That might be our consciousness. That might be where we reside at. But letting us be able to think we control these bodies and shit. We ain't in control.
After a couple of hours of surgery, the medical team is tapering off the anesthesia drugs.
Wait, back up.
And the EEG reveals the patient's brainwave activity becoming more complex as she wakes up.
She's starting to take some breaths on. Yeah, open your eyes wide and squeeze my hand.
Consciousness is really having active cognitive processing, being able to think and act.
Surgery's all done, okay?
For the good.
It's the integration of that information which allows us to start to understand how consciousness is actually formed.
We ain't in
consciousness
control.
can obviously interact with the physical world like we can. We can use drugs to remove it. We go to sleep and we're not conscious, and yet it's tenuous at the same time. We can't say how any specific set of neurons working together produces consciousness.
It's so clear.
They can't even explain it. They only really know. Everybody's still learning, man. But we know the brain is the most powerful thing. They don't even know though. They learn this shit every day though. They just can't explain consciousness though. They can't explain it. But we immortal though. You can't explain it. You know it can't die. You know it don't die though. That mean don't none of us die though. We pass into the spiritual realm. We just gonna be stuck there. We can't come back in the physical realm because we done lost the connection to our body.
That anesthesia is some kind of change of consciousness, right? The whole brain is there, the pieces are there, but the messages aren't getting through in a way that makes for a conscious experience. And that's the difference between being aware and not being aware.
So the level of communication among brain regions is one difference between being conscious and being unconscious.
These next couple of experiments, I'm gonna need y'all to really pay attention to.
That means that no single area of the brain is responsible for your consciousness. It's that communication that helps make you, you.
Y'all heard that?
For some people, an entire half of their brain can't really communicate with the rest. These are people who have undergone split brain surgery.
Yeah, they do split brain surgery, man. And they're the people I was talking about earlier. I don't know. Ain't no telling how much they paying these people to do these experiments, man. But I know they probably getting homeless people. I know they get homeless people to check out that Montauk chair, that alien shit. Anytime the UFO, they need to do some experiments on time travel. They get homeless people and goddamn things and shit like that there. But yeah, just make sure that I don't know how much they pay. I might look that shit up and see how much they pay people. But there's some people, I ain't even talk about time travel though. But anyway, back to the brain. They split brain surgery. They cut the connection between your right hemisphere and your left hemisphere. Then they start doing experiments to see what you see and what you don't see. You see, because your left eye go to your right brain, your right eye go to your left brain. Go check it out. These some crazy experiments, man. I'm trying to get this video over with. Let's go.
And it's as if they have two minds in a single brain.
And it's 3 though. It's 2. They do split brain surgery, but you just in the middle though. They finna show. Check this out, man. I'm telling y'all, it's crazy, man.
Now the question becomes, what happens when you allow both hands together to try to solve the problem? And what we find out is that they fight over each other. One hand knows how to do it, and one hand does not, and so they more or less squabble.
The human brain contains two sides, the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere, right? And they are connected by a big bundle of fibers. It's called the corpus callosum. All the communication from one side of the brain to the other has to pass through this fiber bundle.
For some people with epilepsy, a seizure in one hemisphere can quickly spread to the other by way of the corpus callosum. But if that bridge is surgically severed, a seizure can no longer cross to the other side of the brain. In addition to treating epilepsy, these surgeries have also led to some astounding research into
Y'all understand epilepsy, they go from one brain to the other one, because their brain communicate. They try to stop the epilepsy from going from one brain to the other one because they cut the they do the split brain surgery. That's one way they'll do that, split brain surgery. But the way I'm talking about, they doing this, these people volunteer.
how the two hemispheres function.
With your left hand, make me the A-OK sign.
The left side of the brain controls most of the right side of the body, and the right side of the brain controls most of the left side of the body.
It's perfectly normal. So, I mean, what's happening is that the motor commands in one hemisphere are interfering with the motor commands in the other hemisphere.
But for someone whose two hemispheres are disconnected, there's no interference. It's almost as if there's one mind controlling the left hand and a completely different mind controlling the right hand. And it isn't just movement that's split across the hemispheres. Only half of your visual field goes to each side of the brain.
Look, man, I'm gonna need y'all to pay attention to this right here. This is real shit. It's real shit. Now check this out, because this is what's happening in everybody. Every living organism. Check this out. This is what's going on now. Look.
When you're looking straight ahead, everything to the left side of that space goes only to the right hemisphere. And the opposite is true for the right side of the space.
The left part of the brain is where your language and speech centers are. That enables you to talk, enables you to understand language, and all the rest. And the right side of your brain is very important in the evaluation of emotions, evaluation of visual space.
Visual space.
I'm going to give you a test.
If you look right at my nose, and I hold up my hands, you tell me how many fingers you see, all right?
How many fingers do you see? You see 2, right? Why did you see 2? This one went to your left hemisphere. This one went to your right hemisphere, way over on the other side of your brain. How did your left hemisphere know about it? That pathway, the corpus callosum. It transfers that information. Now I'm going to split your...
That corpus callosum, I think that's what, I'm telling y'all, that's where we, I think that's where we at. That's where all consciousness at. The brain already, man.
Brain. And I do the same test. How many fingers do I see?
They cut the connection. Look.
You see anything else?
Fingers.
No.
You see 1, you see this one, because that goes straight to your left talking hemisphere. This one is still going to your right hemisphere, which has now been disconnected from your left.
Do y'all look at that picture right there? Do y'all understand what's going on? What happened right here? Do y'all understand? They cut the goddamn corpus callosum thing. They cut that so the right brain couldn't tell the left brain what to do. The left brain can't tell the right brain nothing. but your brain still know though. It just can't, like your left side, it just can't say what it's seen. It can't say what it's seen, but the right side know what it's seen. But like it like you see the left drawing, writing and stuff. The right side, cause it can write it out, but it can't say it. Don't see. It's crazy, man. Pay attention.
So your left brain can't talk about this. So you now say you only see one finger, even though your right brain is seeing this finger. It just can't talk about it.
Can't say it.
Because the highway that communicates that information has been cut.
Show me with your right hand what you see.
Look.
Put it down, relax. Show me with your left hand what you see. Fine. Good.
It's the most remarkable thing to witness. There's this whole other entity in the head that's controlling the body and can understand and remember and feel and think all on its own, completely separate from the other side.
The researchers
It can think and do everything on its own, completely separate from the other side. They were putting the hands up in different hemispheres. Your right eye control your right hemisphere. Your left eye control your left hemisphere. He put his hands up on different parts of hemisphere. They split them. Her right side couldn't tell the left side what she seen. That's why she said she ain't seen that. But he said put what you see. He was doing like this. And shit like that. And she couldn't see nothing but the hand moving. She just did her hand like that. That's all she could do. Now that's all she seen. Cause the left side couldn't tell her, couldn't say what she seen, cause they get cut the communication. This shit crazy going on in everybody. Y'all think y'all in control, you ain't.
Conducted tests to explore how a split brain patient's two hemispheres work independently from one another.
Look, we got another experiment too. Check this out.
Including a now famous experiment of a patient named Joe. By quickly flashing a word to just the left side of his visual field, that word would go exclusively to the right half of his brain, the half.
Y'all understand what's going on now? They just flashed the word Texas to the left side of his brain. They just put the word Texas over here. And all they split his brain and they cut the goddamn the corpus, whatever they call it, callosum. They cut it. So they showing Texas over here. This side is going to the right side of his brain. The right side can't see nothing. It's going to the right side of his brain. Check it out.
That can't talk.
So the only way we're going to know that it registered is if he can write something out. Okay.
With his hand that is controlled by his right hemisphere.
Exactly, his left hand. We flash the word Texas.
Look right at that. See anything?
Flash. Didn't see the word.
His right hemisphere is seeing it.
We're seeing it, but the right hemisphere at this point in his surgery cannot talk.
You understand that? He couldn't even say what he's seen. This man can't even say what he's seen, even though his eyes seen the shit, but it didn't register to the communication part of his brain. He can't say it, but what happened though, when they tell him to draw this shit though, they let you know his body, his mind seen this shit, his eyes seen it. He could draw it, but he can't say what he's seen.
Right.
Y'all in control.
All right, I want you to draw for me that thing upside down.
So he claims to not have seen anything.
What?
Oh my God. Wow. He was able to do Texas upside down.
But what's interesting is he had no idea what he's drawing. And we know because we saw the word.
Y'all okay, I gotta keep pausing this shit, man, because y'all gotta understand what's going on. The man don't even know what he's drawing, because his left side seen the word. He couldn't talk about what he's seen, but the right side can saying he couldn't say what he's seen. He said he just seen a flash. He ain't even seen no word. The right side seen it. So they told him to draw something that got something to do with the word. The man draw, and they say it draw upside down. He draw Texas. He draw the state of Texas upside down. The man didn't even know what he was drawing. He didn't even know what he was drawing, man. Let go.
I can't tell what it is.
Wow.
So then later on, I show him the word again, and I ask a different question about what he saw.
Once again, they showed the word Texas to just his right nonverbal hemisphere.
So the right side now.
So when asked about what he saw, all his left hemisphere can say is,
I'm aware of a word.
Something that goes with
we said he aware of the word, but he just couldn't see what it was.
Oh, wow. So he draws a cowboy hat.
Yeah, clearly his right hemisphere knows exactly what he's drawing. But his left is still confused. It's like doesn't understand.
Right.
The left confused, the right know what he's drawing. The right draw this a hat, cowboy hat.
What was the word?
Texas.
I can't believe it.
Did you see Texas?
No.
The split.
You heard the man what he said. His vocals. He said that he couldn't even see Texas. He didn't even see the word.
Brain phenomenon suggests that there can be two separated minds, if you will, inside of a skull. The cooperation is on the paper, not inside the head. It's not.
That means it's two separate brains in all of y'all niggas. And you just in the middle. These two separate brains that's acting alone, independently, without you.
Astounding example of cross-cueing and management of two mental systems into one unified act. And the idea is maybe that's going on in us all the time too.
And the brain scans reveal which parts of the brain are most active when someone is feeling guilt.
Those regions ended up being something called the insula. Signals about having this gut feeling that maybe this isn't a good idea or I'd feel really bad if I did that. Those are the signals that are originating from the insula that allow us to make decisions to avoid harming someone else.
Luke likes to think of it kind of like a thermometer and a thermostat.
If you try to think about how a thermostat might be mapped onto the brain, one region might be more like the thermometer detecting the ambient temperature in the room.
When it comes to reading the room, our brain's thermometer seems to be the insula.
But all that information needs to go somewhere else and be integrated with other types of information.
That's our brain's thermostat, a region located inside the prefrontal cortex that processes our emotions and helps regulate our behavior.
Pay attention now.
And while your thermostat can usually help you take control of your emotions, what would happen if it went out?
Watch this example. They finna show what this man, they finna show an example that this man had an accident and they got down this harpoon little thing. It's a dynamite thing blew up and it stuck him straight in his head. But it went to the part where it control emotions and shit. And that's what he had a problem with in his life. Why did that? Check it out.
There's a famous patient named Phineas Gage.
Matter of fact, y'all know what? Matter of fact, we're going to take a small commercial break. We'll be right back, you guys.
Visit Steely's Grill. Located on 4271 Iron Hill Road, Deering, Georgia 30808. Serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Call 706-361-1726 and ask about their daily specials.
Steely's Grill, home-style country cooking at its best. Good job, A1.
Thanks. Maybe I can start the next one.
Hold your horses, dude.
Yeah, that's Steely's Grill down in Deering, Georgia. And let me tell y'all something. I think they done start delivering too, man. So y'all go check them out and get y'all something good to eat. Now let's go. Back to the video. Remember, the dude had an accident. Thing stuck him in the goddamn head. Fucked up his emotions and shit.
Gage was a railroad foreman who was working in Vermont, and he was tamping down a hole that had gunpowder in it. And the gunpowder ignited, sending the rod through his eye, up through his brain, taking out a big patch of his brain in the process.
Look at that.
At first, people thought, well, this is a miracle. This man has been unscathed from this accident.
How did he stay alive after that shit? That shit went through his brain.
He had memory, he had language, he had motor control. But of course, his friends noticed a difference.
His life fell apart. He had a hard time holding a job. He lost all of his friends, and he really just struggled.
His personality made him more fitful, irreverent. A lot, lewd behavior, so he had sort of no filter. We now know that the parts of the brain that he sort of surgically excised.
Oh yeah, the pineal gland is very powerful. It's very powerful, man. He say he just sleepwalk when he got he sleepwalk when he got super drunk. God damn, ain't no telling what they went on with it. Doc say you sleepwalk when he got super drunk. I stopped drinking, man. I don't even drink no more, not like that. I don't even drink at all, really. It gotta be a real special occasion. A real special occasion. Y'all check it out. Check this out. What happened to that dude?
Were involved in emotion and control.
Over 100 years later, neuroscientists mapped the regions of his brain that were harmed in that horrific accident. Areas of his prefrontal cortex, including the brain's thermostat, were damaged, which might account for why he struggled socially. He couldn't regulate his emotions or process how other people might react to his behavior.
That's the emotions.
And that was the key moment, I think, in neuroscience history, when people realized, oh, it's not just that motor, memory, language is in the brain. Your personality is up there. Your morality is up there. Things that make you are there.
One thing that we all share as humans is that social life and social contact is an incredibly important part of what our brain processes. Our brains are in detail influenced by every experience we have. Every moment, every sentence, every image changes your brain.
And certain experiences are so profound, so extreme, that they can impact brain biology from one generation to the next.
Y'all heard that? This shit can pass down from one generation to the next. Why didn't they? Did they get them talking about the dude? I don't even know. I heard them say what happened to the dude, but the dude went to have, he didn't have no emotional shit. When his friend went to talking about the way he used to act and shit. He used to say stuff just out the blue. He didn't care about what nobody thought about. Like he had no emotion, no feelings. Like they say he had no feelings pretty much, and that come from the accident. But I think we finna get into another experiment with the rats and shit with a sister. But check this out. Here we go. Oh yeah, it passed down generations too now. That shit can pass. You can pass shit down to your kids. All that shit, trauma, emotion, that shit can be passed down here. They can improve it though.
Neuroscientist Bianca Jones-Marlin is studying how your ancestors' experiences might control how your brain is wired today.
We ask how trauma affects the brain, how trauma affects the body, and really how trauma affects generations. People in the world suffer from traumatic events, and these traumatic events aren't just a one-time change on their brain and their body. It actually continues for seemingly their.
I know we learning something right now, but all the sisters out there, man, y'all see that woman on this screen, man. Y'all see her hair, man. How y'all like her hair? Let me know in the comments, man. I know that shit fire. It's fire. Everybody can't wear that bald head like that, though. But anyway, get right now. Get right now. Get back to learning now.
lifetime.
Bianca's research is inspired by her upbringing.
My parents, my biological parents, were also foster parents, so I had foster siblings and adopted siblings growing up. Only now, as a scientist, I realize that that motivates a lot of the questions that I ask. How do we understand what happens when kids are born into trauma and optimize what we do have for better generations?
One insight comes from an event during World War II.
At the end of World War II, the Netherlands were cut off from food by Nazi troops because they decided to protest through the country.
Pay attention.
And during this period of time, it created a man-made famine.
World War II. Give y'all a little goddamn background now.
There was starvation, death, there was trauma.
Not only did those who suffered during the famine experience health problems, but some of their children and even their grandchildren had metabolic issues.
So people began to ask, how does an experience of a parent, of a grandparent, change offspring?
Researchers began to discover that your environment and your experiences can change the way your genes are activated in your body and in your brain.
Hell no, I gotta pause that. I gotta pause that. Oh, I gotta pause that. I gotta pause that. That's it. Oh, I'm sorry, but that little boy look like an alien or something. Look like I don't know what that boy. What I ain't even speak, man. I know he's hungry. I'm sorry. What you doing?
It's not like you get your genes and it's set in stone. They're constantly changing based on the environment.
To see this in action, Bianca studies mice.
We're able to map the whole genome of mice, target certain areas of that genetic code, and use them to answer the important questions in science.
Check out this experiment.
So how could stress and trauma alter the biology of the mice's offspring?
Listen to this now.
To find out, Bianca paired the smell of almond with an electric shock.
Okay, let me break this down. They mixed the electric shock. I think it's a foot shock, but it's an electric shock. They paired the electric shock with the smell of almonds. The smell of almonds and electric shock. They fuse them together. They want the rat to, when they smell almonds, they shock. They want them to think about. They want to put that smell of almonds compared with the shock, so they can, when they smell almond, they'll think about that shock. They go like that trauma. They giving them trauma, and they putting a smell with the trauma. You see what I'm saying? They making the rat realize the smell with the trauma they have with the shock. You know what I'm saying? Hope y'all understand that.
Because mice really navigate the world and rely heavily on the sense of smell, we use olfaction, pair it with the Lightfoot shock, and we observe changes in the brain and changes in behavior.
She noticed that something inside of the mice's noses changed.
Check this out.
We're able to look at the cells in the nose that only respond to almond. And what we observe is that after the Lightfoot shock and the presentation of almond coinciding, there are more cells in the nose that express the almond receptor. It's as if something in the milieu of the nose says, almond's important in this environment, we need more cells like you.
Do y'all understand that? The rat developed more cells in its nose to smell almonds, to protect it. To protect the rat. Some kind of way, some force out there, we don't know what's going on. Something, this rat developed some more cells in its nose to smell almonds to protect it from that Lightfoot shock. To keep it from getting shocked from her, they wanted to be aware. It's something wanted it to be aware, the highest, whatever, but we evolved. They showing evolving stuff, evolving animals, evolving within the next generation. Quick, real quick. Think about it now. Check this out. What happened to these rats? And it passed down to the next generation of the rat. The next generation. They're going to show you that. Watch this.
Mice grew more cells that responded to the smell of almond.
Each one of these green dots you see here, these are neurons. They're cells that can respond to the almond smell. These red dots are cells that were born after the presentation of odor and shock. And this cell right here, this red and green cell, is a cell that was born after the presentation of almond and shock that also responds to almond. This is the cell that we want to look at to see what information is inside, because we see more of these after the odor and shock pairing.
New cells.
Remarkably, these changes were actually passed down to the next generation.
The offspring, the kids of the parents that were shocked with odor, were born with more cells that express the almond receptor, which means there's a memory that somehow is maintained in sperm and egg through implantation and represented in offspring. It is as if we are observing a change in evolution.
A change in evolution right before our eyes. Within one generation, them rats know they nose and grow some more, develop new cells to smell almonds to protect them. Who controlling that shit? Who did that? Do y'all know who did that? Leave a comment. So I need to know. I don't even know. I know y'all don't know either, but leave a comment anyway. I know y'all don't know. I'm telling you right now.
Over the time span of one generation. And I just think that's fascinating.
It's fascinating. You're right.
Because we as humans know how environment and how traumatic events change people. Just being able to take this to show that we're just justifying what we already know as humans, what society has known for a long time, what individuals know. We just want to bring that to an undeniable truth.
I have memories, plans. I have these feelings of agency over my actions. But what the science itself is telling us is that these things aren't necessarily bound together. Different aspects of the cells can be manipulated or even taken away altogether.
Your biology and the choices you make are all molded by your social interactions and even your family history.
We're saying everything what go on in your life, man, it's affecting your brain, it's affecting your cells, your genes, it's affecting everything, and it get passed down to generation to generation.
There are parts of the brain that allow you to feel like the author of your own life.
But that's only part of the story. Each of our minds is actually composed of lots of different pieces that are doing different things.
This illusion that there's a single person inside our skulls.
We know how environment and how traumatic events change people.
Our brains are in detail influenced by the expectations of the people around us.
But of course, most of our brain activity is unconscious.
We can be influenced by our social networks, by our culture, by our genetics, by our development, by our childhood.
Everything influenced.
Your brain is a complicated collection of these intricate parts, many of which you have no awareness of. And they all work together in a delicate dance to create your perception of you.
The brain is who you are. It's really different than any other organ in that sense.
We know that every experience, every thought, every memory, every sensation has its origin in the brain.
The brain is made of almost 90 billion neurons, but it produces the idea that there's a single thing inside my head.
It produces make you think that it's a single thing in your head, like it's just you. Like it's just you. You controlling everything, but it's shit doing it on its own pretty much. You get control, but not control.
Particular pattern of neuronal connections. It actually creates me. And your particular pattern of neuronal connections actually creates you.
If you try to over-control some things, you actually will decrease your performance. You have to let go of conscious self-monitoring to just kind of like go with the flow.
It could be scary to say and scary to hear, but we are not just our own.
We are all multifaceted, multidimensional people.
And by becoming more aware of the unconscious processes in your own brain, you can become more aware of what drives you and what you ultimately can control.
They act like they ain't know. Guess I gotta hit him with an update. I've been getting to it when I'm up late.
I ain't did get too playing. But yeah, man, how y'all like that? How y'all like that? How did y'all like that video? Did y'all learn something? If y'all didn't, go back and watch it again. Go back and watch it again if you didn't learn nothing. You're going to learn you ain't in control. Let me say something. It's just like your body doing involuntary movements and stuff, man. Just like you drink too much, man, you're going to throw up. You do all this shit. The body trying to cleanse you. It cleaning out itself without you. It's doing this shit without you. It don't need you to throw up or none of that shit. You drink, it lets you drink, but you drink too much, it's gonna show you who the boss. And you ain't. I'm telling you. But anyway, everybody, let me know what y'all think about this video, man, about this live. Leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about the brain, man, because I don't know if y'all knew this shit or not, but for the ones who didn't know, let me know. Leave a comment, man. We finna get up out of here. So you know what I'm saying? If you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Then like the video, cause YouTube be hating on me and shit, man. Like the video, share the video. Let's get everybody on this shit, man. Let them know that they ain't in control, man. Got to be one with your mind, body, and your soul. And I am Kituko X Hyundai with Exodus Podcast, man, on Exodus the Bone YouTube channel. And guess what? Nigga, I'm out of here.